Most people think they need more willpower to lose weight. Honestly, that's just not true. What you actually need isn't more motivation, it's awareness of which foods are quietly packing in hundreds of extra calories without ever making you feel full. Diets don't usually fail because someone lacks discipline. They fail because the person is unknowingly eating foods that spike insulin, stress the liver, and keep the body locked in fat storage mode, no matter how hard they try otherwise. Today I'm walking you through 5 simple food swaps that can cut thousands of calories out of your week, and more importantly, they can help shift your body from storing fat to actually burning it. Each of these swaps is broken down into levels, starting from the basics all the way up to the best possible choice. So whether you're brand new to this or you're already eating fairly clean and looking to level up further, you'll know exactly what your next step should be. Here's how the system works. I've split foods into 4 simple categories. The first is avoid, meaning these are foods that ideally shouldn't be part of your routine at all, or kept to an absolute minimum. The second is approved, which means you can have it, but there's usually a better version available. The third is better, a smarter choice for multiple reasons. And the fourth is best, the option that actually works with your body instead of against it. If a food falls into the avoid category, it means it's working against fat loss, putting extra stress on your liver, and making weight gain more likely. Foods in the approved category are cleaner, but they're not necessarily helping you lose fat either. They just don't do much damage unless you overdo them. In the better category, foods start actively supporting your body, giving you more fiber, more nutrients, and fewer blood sugar spikes. And in the best category, your body finally starts working with you. You stop storing fat, you start burning it, and you feel noticeably better in the process. Here's the good news. You don't need to be perfect. Progress matters far more than perfection. If you're currently eating a lot of avoid foods, your first goal is simply to move up to approved. If you're already at approved, aim for better, or even best. Every small upgrade you make translates into a real upgrade in your results. Think of it less like an all-or-nothing diet, and more like a ladder. You don't have to jump straight to the top rung. You just need to consistently move one step higher than where you are right now. That mindset alone removes most of the guilt and frustration that usually derails people a few weeks into any new eating plan. Let's start with food swap number 1, sweeteners. Most people trying to eat clean start by cutting sugar and refined carbohydrates, which is a great first step. But what they often swap that sugar for can be just as damaging, especially if fat loss is the goal. In the avoid category, we start with high fructose corn syrup. Fructose can only be processed in your liver, and high fructose corn syrup floods that system, overwhelming it and driving fat storage, particularly around the belly. Next are artificial sweeteners like sucralose and aspartame, commonly found in diet sodas and sugar-free snacks. These don't carry calories, but they can confuse your hunger hormones, still trigger an insulin response, and disrupt gut health, which plays a major role in appetite control. Agave nectar rounds out this category. It's often marketed as a healthy choice, but it's roughly 90% fructose, sometimes even higher in fructose than high fructose corn syrup itself, which sends your liver straight into fat storage mode. Moving into the approved category, we have natural sweeteners like raw honey, maple syrup, and blackstrap molasses. These do carry genuine nutrients and trace minerals, but they'll still spike your blood sugar and insulin levels. They're not off the table forever, but while you're actively trying to lose weight, it's smart to hold off on them. At the better and best end of the spectrum, you'll find alternatives like monk fruit and pure stevia. Monk fruit has been used for centuries, gets its sweetness from compounds rather than sugar, and doesn't meaningfully spike insulin. Stevia is roughly 100 times sweeter than regular sugar, so a small amount goes a long way. Just make sure you're choosing pure stevia rather than a blend that includes sugar alcohols or fillers. One underrated benefit of these 2 sweeteners is how long they last. A single small bag or bottle of monk fruit or stevia can realistically last you months, which means it's easy to keep a stash in your kitchen, your bag, or your desk drawer, so you're never tempted to reach for an artificial sweetener packet out of convenience. Food swap number 2 is fruit. Fruit is one of the most misunderstood food groups when it comes to fat loss. It's natural, colorful, and we've been told our whole lives that it's automatically healthy, but not every fruit supports fat loss, especially if your liver is already under strain, since fruit sugar, fructose, is processed in exactly the same place. In the avoid category, during active fat loss, we have bananas, which deliver a sugar hit almost comparable to a donut, grapes, which can pack 20 to 30 grams of sugar into just a couple of handfuls with very little fiber to slow that down, and dried fruit, where just a handful of dates can contain more sugar than a can of soda. Fruit juice belongs here too. It typically takes 3 or 4 whole oranges to make a single glass of juice, sugar you'd never eat directly, delivered without the fiber that would normally slow it down. In the approved category, kiwi stands out, offering a big dose of vitamin C and nearly as much potassium as a banana, without the same sugar spike. Tomatoes, technically a fruit, are rich in a compound that supports liver health, and grapefruit can help improve insulin sensitivity, though it's worth checking for medication interactions. Moving up to better, green apples are lower in fructose and higher in fiber than their red counterparts, thanks to a special type of fiber that supports gut health. Lemons and limes also belong here, extremely low in sugar, rich in nutrients, and known to support healthy blood flow and reduce water retention. At the very top, in the best category, we have berries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, all low-glycemic, high in fiber and loaded with antioxidants. Blueberries in particular have been studied for their ability to boost fat burning during exercise. And then there's avocado, technically a fruit as well, packed with healthy fats low in carbohydrates, and one of the most satisfying foods you can eat, helping you naturally eat less without even trying. None of this means fruit has to disappear from your life. It simply means that during an active fat loss phase, it helps to lean toward the lower sugar, higher fiber options, and treat the higher sugar fruits more like an occasional addition than a daily habit. Food swap number 3 is grains and carbohydrates. Carbs themselves aren't the enemy. The type you choose is what really matters. Some carbohydrates support your metabolism, while others flood your system with sugar and lock your body into fat storage mode. In the avoid category, white bread is one of the worst offenders, digesting so quickly that it behaves almost like pure sugar the moment it hits your mouth, with none of the fiber that would normally slow that process down. The same applies to most white pasta, crackers, and boxed cereals, even the ones that look healthy on the label, but are made from refined flour with the fiber stripped away. In the approved category, whole wheat bread and sourdough are a step up, but only if the fiber is genuinely intact, since a lot of packaging claims can be misleading. Brown rice and oats are better than their white or instant counterparts, but they can still raise blood sugar meaningfully, so portion size still matters. Moving into better, sprouted grain breads, chickpea and lentil-based pasta bring more protein and fiber to the table, helping stabilize blood sugar and keep you fuller for longer. It's also worth knowing that gluten-free doesn't automatically mean fat loss friendly, since many gluten-free products are made with potato starch, tapioca, or white rice flour, which spike blood sugar just as much as refined wheat. At the best level, plant-based alternatives really shine. Cauliflower rice, zucchini noodles, and spaghetti squash offer that familiar texture with a fraction of the carbohydrates and a lot more fiber. Beans and legumes deserve a place here too. Black beans, lentils, and chickpeas digest slowly, support gut health, and are remarkably affordable. The takeaway here isn't that carbohydrates need to disappear from your plate. It's that a carbohydrate source that comes bundled with real fiber behaves completely differently in your body than one that's been stripped of it. Choosing the fiber-rich version of a carb is often the single biggest lever you can pull in this category. Food swap number 4 is fats and oils. The fats you eat don't just fuel your body, they literally become part of your cells. Choose the wrong fats consistently, and you end up building weaker, less efficient cells that struggle to burn fat properly. In the avoid category, the biggest concern is linoleic acid, a type of omega-6 fat your body was never designed to handle in large amounts. It's meant to make up only a small percentage of your daily fat intake, yet it now accounts for a much larger share of the average diet, largely because it's found in oils like safflower, grapeseed, regular sunflower, corn, cottonseed, canola, and soybean oil. What makes this particularly concerning is that linoleic acid can remain stored in your body's tissues for years, quietly slowing fat burning and increasing inflammation the entire time. In the approved category, high oleic sunflower oil and sesame oil are more stable and less inflammatory than standard seed oils, though still not something to rely on daily. It's also worth remembering that labels like organic or cold-pressed don't change the underlying fat composition of oils like canola or soybean. Moving up to better, extra virgin olive oil, ideally single source and cold pressed, along with avocado oil. Coconut oil is even lower in linoleic acid and rich in medium-chain triglycerides, fats your body tends to use quickly for energy rather than storing. At the best level, we find traditional animal fats, grass-fed butter, ghee, tallow, and duck fat. These sit right in that ideal 1 to 2% linoleic acid range, remain stable under heat, are rich in fat-soluble vitamins, and are genuinely satisfying, which naturally helps you eat less. Butter and ghee also contain a compound that supports gut health and helps stabilize blood sugar. If dairy doesn't sit well with you, ghee is usually a gentler option, since the milk solids have already been removed during preparation. That makes it accessible even for people who typically avoid butter, without giving up the metabolic benefits that come with it. Food swap number 5 is beverages. And this is one of the easiest ways fat loss quietly gets sabotaged, simply because most people don't count what they drink. In the avoid category, regular soda delivers an enormous amount of sugar in a single serving, while diet soda, despite having no calories, can still trigger an insulin response through artificial sweeteners, and has been linked to increased cravings over time. Flavored waters, energy drinks, and even teas labeled zero sugar often contain hidden artificial sweeteners that work against you. It's worth pointing out that these drinks are especially sneaky because most people never think to count liquid calories the way they count food. A couple of sodas or sweetened coffees a day can quietly add up to more calories than an entire extra meal, all without ever making you feel any fuller. In the approved category, unsweetened almond milk and coconut milk don't actively cause harm, though they don't particularly support fat burning either. Just be sure to check labels for hidden sugars or oils. Herbal teas and plain sparkling water are safe, simple choices as well. Moving into better, green tea contains compounds that support fat oxidation and liver health, while black coffee can boost thermogenesis, your body's ability to burn calories through heat production, but only if you keep it free of sugar and flavored creamers. At the very top, in the best category, lemon water supports bile production and helps prime your metabolism first thing in the morning. Bone broth is rich in collagen, supports gut lining health, and is filling without spiking insulin. Collagen coffee, a blend of coffee, a scoop of collagen, and a source of healthy fat, can be a genuinely satisfying way to start your day. And detox-supporting teas like dandelion or milk thistle help support liver function, which plays a direct role in how easily your body releases stored fat. What ties all of these best category drinks together is that they cost very little, often less than $1 a serving, and they're easy to build into a routine you'll actually stick with, which matters far more long-term than any single perfect choice on any single day. So there you have it, 5 practical food swaps: sweeteners, fruit, grains and carbohydrates, fats and oils and beverages. Start by identifying where you're currently sitting in the avoid category, and simply aim to move one level up. You don't need to be perfect, and you don't need to overhaul everything overnight. Small, consistent upgrades, made 1% at a time, are what actually add up to real lasting results. Pick just one swap from this list to focus on this week. Once it feels automatic, move on to the next one. Over a few months, these small repeated upgrades stack on top of each other, and that's usually when people notice the scale finally starting to move in the right direction, without ever feeling like they were on a restrictive diet in the first place.